Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be talking about just focusing on what you can control. And what does this mean? What this means is on the things that you actually have, that you can actually directly change, is what you should, prioritize your time, energy, and attention towards. And first, to discern what actually you can control, you kind of have to make this dichotomy where you have to know what you can control and what you can't. And contrary to popular belief, there aren't that many things that you can actually control. You can only control how you think, what you say, what you do, how you act, and how you react. Yeah, those 5. Everything else is up to someone else. Someone else controls it. For example, maybe there's something maybe you don't like how your friends act. Maybe you don't like what they do. Maybe, for example, maybe you have friends that drink and you don't like that they drink, or maybe they vape or something, or maybe they're doing drugs, or they're smoking weed or all this other stuff, and they're just staying up till 2 a.m. playing video games. It doesn't have to be directly harmful. It could just be something benign, like playing video games till 2 a.m, or sitting on the computer for 6 hours straight playing League of Legends or whatever, RuneScape, or whatever PC game there's out there, Rust. I could go on, but that's not the point. And or maybe you don't like what your girlfriend's doing, and or you don't like what maybe you have a sister and you don't like what she does or how she acts, or maybe you just have a girl that's just a friend, and you can't control what they do. But that's the point. And the point is that since you can't control what they do, instead of focusing on the fact that, oh yeah, I wish they would change this certain behavior, you can focus on only what you can control. Which would mean, controlling how you react to it, controlling how you think when you think about this. For example, you can either think of it as, oh, I hate what they're doing, and this is so negative, just having this negative look on it, like, oh yeah, I hate what they're doing, and I'm gonna act negative around them because of this. Or you can take the other side and say, you know what, this is bad, don't get me wrong. But if I can be positive to them and say, you know what, this is bad, but I want to help you get out of this. And then everything that happens later is for another story. But because if you think in a negative light about basically everything, it's just staining, it puts a stain on whatever situation you're coming into. Because people are gonna, they're gonna sense that. They're gonna sense that you're angry, or maybe you're sad, or you're nervous. They're gonna sense that you're frustrated, and because off of your body language or what you say or how you talk, people are gonna pick up on that more often than not. And so basically focusing on yourself is going to help your life. That's the point of this video, is focusing on yourself will help you, because when you focus on things you can't control, you can't change them. That's the thing. You cannot change them because you have no power over them. For example, maybe you're frustrated because, you stay up till 1 a.m. playing video games, and you want to change it. You don't like that. Maybe you don't like how you feel in the morning because you're tired and you're groggy, and you feel like garbage, and maybe you don't even enjoy the video game. Maybe you're just doing it compulsively. And so because it's you who's doing the action, you can directly change it. And you can just say, you know what? I'm not going to stay up till 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. playing video games. I'm going to go to sleep at 11. I'm going to go to sleep at 10. I'm going to tell myself, I'm going to get off the video game at 10 at night, and then go to sleep at 11. You can directly do that because it's you who has power over you. But if your friends, staying up till 2 playing video games, if you try to tell them, dude, go to sleep, it's late, they're not going to listen to you. I mean, they can, don't get me wrong, but they don't have to. They can literally do whatever they want because it's them who has control over them, not you. And so it creates some sort of negative loop where, you're frustrated with what they're doing, and then it starts to affect you negatively, and then you start to act negatively towards them, and then they start to view you negatively because, you're starting to treat them worse. You don't even know why you're doing it. And then they start to treat you worse, and then you feel like garbage, and then it just creates that's where the negative loop is, the negative feedback loop, basically. And you have no control over it. So you physically cannot change it. So it just keeps going. It keeps going if you think this way. If you're constantly thinking about things you can't control. However, if you focus on things you can control, then if whatever you don't like about yourself, you can change it. Almost anything, don't get me wrong, that's the disclaimer, almost anything. But you can change it. And there's comfort in that because you know that more often than not, the thing you don't like will be changed for something you do like. So you can improve yourself to become the person you want to be. But with the other person, you can't do that because you don't have power over them. You can't change what they do. And so basically, you constantly keep thinking about something that frustrates you. And you're constantly going to be frustrated because it's not going to change. And it kind of reminds me of a quote I heard, because I used to watch a lot of YouTube. I still do. Don't get me wrong, but not as much as I used to. And I heard this quote from a video, and it said, I'm probably paraphrasing this, but it was, no matter how much you want to lift somebody up, if they don't want to go up, they're not going to. No matter how much effort or time or energy or attention you put into them, if they don't want to go up, they're not going to go up. However, the opposite isn't true. Because if someone wants to bring down a good person, they can do that because hate is that much more stronger in this world than love, which is exactly why as humans we should spend as little time hating on what other people do or how they dress or how they act or what they think, and start, don't get me wrong, you can disagree with certain things, but still being able to love people. Yeah, it was a little bit of a side tangent, but anyways, I thought it was relevant to the topic at hand. And anyways, because, if you focus, I think they'll end it for this one. Yeah. If you made it this long, if you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope I provided some value to you or for you today. And you know the deal. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys and take care.